catch you off guard. By my guns.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia.
Heard there was a scuffle. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leaving people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
I'm not some no-name mainlander. I'm tough enough for your little island.
Sling a bit of lead on the hull, and now you think you're ready to walk in the fog, do you? Things you'll see inland make that look like a Sunday stroll.
I helped the harbor out. I figure all of you owe me something at least.
Well, I suppose there's a bit of truth there. I could get you to Acadia. But you've got to listen to me. Go where I say, when I say it. Still won't be easy. You stock up on your necessities, Rad X and the like. And then the real work can begin.
Should I make any other preparations?
Ammo, stim packs, maybe a rocket or 3. Worse than Myra lurks out there.
Let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me.
Excuse me.
Keep your guard up.
I, for one, if you need a room, down on this boring drunk.
Acadia is above the fog line on the mountain. It's a bit of a hike. You might want to take this for the road. Tastes foul and sealed, but it'll help.
Nobody asked you to cobble together that stupid wall.
We need to move through the main. Old mountain trail. The fog ain't like nothing you've seen in the comic. Mainlanders think that those some rataways all you need. Tracks, fresh ones. Trappers ahead. When the bullets start flying, find cover. Keep your head down if you want to live. We ain't alone here. Figured I'd have to take care of a lot of them. Might just make a proper far harborman out of you. talking to a number of them. Get you all turned around. There's something in your brain. Trappers were mean to begin with. There's... Gotcha! See what's left. What was that? Mountain trail. We stick to this and we make it to Acadia. Game trails crisscross the road, so don't be surprised if we got local wildlife to deal with. Puppies. We grow everything extra mean on the island. Still got a ways to go. Crawler. They usually stick to the deep fog. Best we steer clear, but you never know. When I was a young lad, no higher than your knee, whole island was covered in fog. The fog eventually rolled back. People resettled, but they got comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memories. All this happened before. We ain't alone here. You're dead! Gulper's got a fondness for fresh water. Small gulper, the ones in these parts, fair challenge. Now the big ones, they can grow 2-3 times the size of a man. Good thing you don't see too many of them around. Guess we got no choice.
Hold there. Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Who's she?
One of them children of Adam preachers. Started off as pests. Now they're more like a menace.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest of snakes. Beasts that subvert the will of Adam.
All right, I'm listening. Tell me about Adam.
Tell you. Look around. You stride through his kingdom. A land blanketed beneath sacred fog. A land Adam has claimed for his children. And you may join our family if he deems you worthy.
Worthy? What do I have to do to join?
There is a ritual his children must perform. If you succeed, you will be rewarded with entrance into our family.
Suppose I got nothing better to do.
Adam usually prefers those with a bit more fervor. But nonetheless, if you wish to test his favor, seek the nucleus.
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move. Up ahead, the air is clean. No fog. Acadia is not too far now. Acadia's already been watching us for a good spell. If you want to talk with them, just go inside. They'll be waiting for you. You need my help again, you come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
You should come with me. I could still use your help.
All right. Why the hell not? Beats drinking alone. Chill in my bones that won't come out. Too many nights out sleeping in the fog.
Hey.
What?
Hi.
What's on your mind?
It's time for us to part ways.
Come find me if you need me again, and I'll be ready. Might even be sober, too.
A stranger came to town that might help you.
A
That's
lot
the
of
big
people
people.
only got the clothes
I'll be
on
straight
their
with you.
back here.
It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
What exactly do you need help with?
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us. I'm afraid they might have got him, too. I was hoping you might go have a look. If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
Am I gonna need any tools or parts if I have to make these repairs on my own?
The fog condensers need their power modules replaced, but Howard took the only spares we had. Either way, you're gonna have to find him first.
All right, I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Stim packs, fully stocked.
Bring it on, Island. I can take it. You're that mainlander who just got here. Better watch yourself, because this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbor. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
What family are you talking about?
I was just about to explain. My family, the Daltons, was the pride of Far Harbor for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich. But they got greedy. Took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one by one. I'm the last Dalton still standing. Ah, but now our story takes an unexpected turn. A mysterious stranger comes to Far Harbor. Someone strong, someone capable. With the stranger's help, the last living Dalton finally has a chance to avenge her bloodline once and for all.
Wait, are you saying that I'm the mysterious stranger who's gonna help you avenge your family?
Ah, you're a quick one. Good. You'll need your wits about you, because your part in the story is filled with danger. Now, on to the first chapter in our tale of vengeance. That would be the sad story of freckle-faced Petey. Petey was my cousin. He was a good lad, never caused trouble. He thought all those freckles brought him luck, but, well, not so much.
He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sicked some feral ghouls on him. Island's a sneaky bastard when it wants to be. Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from his injuries that night. Course, those ferals are still out there, waiting to kill the next poor fool who comes along. Damn shame that.
Where did you say these ghouls were?
National Park campground. It's pretty much straight west of here.
Those ghouls are as good as dead.
Good, good. It's long past time those shamblers paid for what they did to Petey.
Mrs. Dalton.
Those feral ghouls come at you quick. Poor Petey learned that the hard way. Remember, the island's always watching. Be careful out there.
You're one of them vault people? With the funny suits?
Hi.
I don't have time.
You need it? The bait shop's got it.
If you ain't armed, you ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
I hope the harbor's being good to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
What's there to do in town?
Brooks sells general goods. Teddy Wright's in back of his shop, and he can patch you up if you need it. Besides that, the Last Plank's a popular stop for booze and what have you. And lastly, well, if you need a gun, see Alan Lee.
You know of anyone that could use some help?
The Mariner and Cassie Dalton are the only leads I have.
What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock used to belong to the Mariner. When the fog started getting thicker, family by family, homestead by homestead, people were kicked out of their homes inland. The Mariner was kind enough to let people stay. The harbor just kind of grew out of that charity.
I have to go.
Be well.
Looks like Howard didn't make it. I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
Calm down, you freak.
water supply won't last much longer.
Those fog condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
His Mirelurk food.
I should never have let him go out there alone. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Captain, nobody's gonna want to help you out, unless you're prepared to pay a fair wage.
Well, I can't argue with that. I suppose I could spare a little more. I can give you 250 caps.
Keeping everyone supplied with water is worth a lot more than that.
You drive a hard bargain, Mainlander. I'll give you 300 caps.
Thanks. Glad I could help you out.
That makes 2 of us. Now, here's your pay. I've got to start making arrangements for Howard. So I'll say goodbye.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Get them while they're in stock.
Food in front, dock in back. The bait shop.
Old Longfellow knows what he's about.
It's time to settle accounts. You hear me, Island? My friend here's gonna even things up.
Mainlanders don't last long.
I wiped out the feral ghouls at the campground.
The hero of our saga returns triumphant. I bet the island didn't see that coming. It's only right you get paid for your troubles. Here's 200 caps for you.
I think I deserve more than that.
I suppose I could part with a little more. Here's another 100 caps. I've been thinking about what's next, and then it came to me. We all love our grandparents, don't we? Kind, gentle, doting, love to spoil you. You'd never want something awful to happen to them. Nobody would. That's why it broke my heart when I lost Grandpa George.
What happened to him?
He had a farm, little ways north of here. Lived a peaceful life, working the land and not causing anyone trouble. The island sent something after him. A huge monster, mean as spit and with claws to snap steel beams. A fog crawler. Grandpa bravely stood his ground, a shotgun in his hands, holding off that terror while the farmhands fled back here. If you can take out that shell-backed devil, it'll send a message loud and clear that says the Daltons never forget when they've been wronged.
Where can I find this farm?
Follow the coastline to the north.
That fog crawler's gonna pay. For Grandpa George.
That's the spirit.
Whatever.
Cassie.
Poor old Grandpa George. Torn apart by a fog crawler. The island hasn't got a shred of decency.
Children of Adam are dangerous. Don't trust them.
You want a bite? Either Mitch or I can take your order.
Mainlander, today's your lucky day. Free beer for ya! Ha ha!
You have anything a bit stronger?
Pushing your luck, are ya? Ha! I like it. Take this, top shelf all around. So, drink up! You stay here over long and the fog will claim you. Might as well meet her with a belly full of fire, eh?
What's so special about the fog on the island?
Can you feel it? Even here, as safe as anyone can be on this damned island. It's alive. You walk inland and it'll blanket you up in no time. And if the clickety-click of the Geiger don't get you, the madness will. The island will claim us all in the end.
The fog can drive you crazy?
Yes, it's not natural. The trappers you find inland, some were always murderous louts. But many just got lost in the fog for too long. And the mind goes. If you have any sense, return where you came from, and don't look back.
If it's so dangerous, why do you stay?
This is our home. If you call yourself a proper man or woman, you don't give up on that. Besides, we all gotta die. Might as well do it with your long knife deep in the belly of the beast that wronged you. Ha!
If you don't like the service, there's the door.
Hey there.
What's your order, sweetie?
I'm thinking about it.
Grab me if you need me later.
If the fog doesn't get us, the storms will.
Guns, guns, and more guns.
Welcome to the bait shop. If you need any odds and ends, I'm your man. The bait shop's got everything you
No
need.
disrespect, Doc, but if he ain't getting better, Andre promised me his gun. I got a writ for it right here, all official.
You want his... what? Gun? His
Guns,
body's not
guns,
cold
and
yet.
more
So
guns.
what's his stays his until then.
Mr. Lee's lined me up a deal.
Huh.
More than enough
Mainlander.
caps to get off this cursed island.
Great.
I
You
need that
helped us
gun.
on Mariner's
Miserable
hull, but we
rascal
didn't
like
need it.
you doesn't deserve
This is
to
our
be on
island.
this island.
Our fight.
You should be praying
Not
for your
yours.
friend instead of reading up on his weak. Now, get the hell out of my clinic.
Hey, buddy. I was just trying to help.
Charity makes you weak. Makes you need it more and more. Until you're starving from the lack of it. What happens next time when you ain't here, huh? Or the next? Either us harbormen survive on our own terms, or we take the long walk together. But there's one exception. That is, if you meant what you said to Avery about the children of Adam. Anyone willing to put those bastards down, I'll sell my top-shelf ordnance to with a smile.
What's your problem with the children of Adam?
We should have gunned those bastards down the moment they set foot here. Instead, we let them in. And all in secret from wherever they're holed up. They've been feeding the fog. Getting it stronger. Strong enough to push us all out of our homesteads. Further and further until it's a wonder we're not all drowned in the ocean.
you have any proof that they've fed the fog?
Proof? We wait for that and we might as well pull the trigger ourselves. Look, in my daddy's time, the fog was a nuisance. Something you avoided. Now every day it gets stronger. It's like the fires of hell out there. Because of the children.
I'm not sure.
Make up your mind and come back.
You're from the Commonwealth, right?
Need general supplies? Visit the
Alan.
bait shop.
I got the guns if you got the caps.
I'll take a look.
Make it fast.
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
I'll find them for you soon.
As I said, it's a dangerous place. Mind yourself.
That's it.
Going down. Basement. Going down. Ground floor. Going down. Basement.
detective we sent for?
Yes, I'm the detective.
Oh, thank goodness. Let me just open the door for you. Well, it's about time the police sent someone out to investigate. We have many important residents, and they're very worried.
Let's talk about my compensation first.
Very well. Consider this a retainer. They're at the crime scene again. Don't they realize that they're going to disturb the evidence? You'd better come with me, detective.
What the hell do you think you're doing? This is a crime scene.
Do you not see it? The glory of the thing. The artistry.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Ezra, you have outdone yourself. This is your finest work. There is more emotion in his death than most have had in their entire lives.
Our friend is dead, Mr. Avita. Have you no respect?
I'm just saying that at least he had the decency to make a spectacle of it. There is nothing worse than
if I may.
That's
if
what this
I
is
could
to
just
you?
have your attention.
You're sick.
I'm sorry for shouting, but the detective has arrived and shall begin the investigation henceforth. Please return to your rooms until the detective has examined the crime scene and had a chance to come speak with you. Have a look at the crime scene for clues. When you're ready, we can discuss your findings. You are free to question the residents, but their safety is our priority. So unless you have solid evidence, I would avoid accusations.
Looks like the brain enclosure was smashed. Is this blood?
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel. He had vast experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification. Was there anything else?
Your residents are robots.
Not robots, Detective. Well, not exactly, anyway. I believe the term they use is robo-brain. Back before the war, the residents decided the best way to wait it out was to put their brains inside robotic chassis. Was there anything else?
I'm not sure where I should start.
I suppose you should try to figure out how he died, and then who had the means and motive to kill him. Once you have enough evidence, then I suppose you'll need to confront the killer. Was there anything else?
Never mind.
I'll be here, should you need me.
red paint? Come on. Over here.
Protect and serve.
Why'd you do it, huh? He deserved better than that.
You think I'm stupid? I saw the way he looked at you. You're gonna tell me that's nothing?
It wasn't like that. Well, now, if it isn't the brave detective. I haven't seen someone with a body like that in far, far too long.
You're not so bad yourself.
You should have seen me before all this. Red hair that was the envy of every girl and legs for days, darling. I'm sure you'd rather hear some of my stories from the silver screen rather than talk about that nasty murder business.
Tell me something.
Sure, darling. What did you need?
What were you and Keith talking about when I came in?
Oh, that? We were rehearsing. Gotta stay sharp if we're going to rebuild Hollywood. But Keith always gets flustered when he's upset. Did you need something else?
Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject. Simply put, darling, I'm the greatest actress in the world. When this international scuffle blows over, I shall return to the silver screen and lead the world to a new golden age of cinema. Did you need something else?
Maybe later.
I'll be around, languishing from your inattention. Fine. I'm going to the beach.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
It's obviously Santiago. He keeps going back to look at the crime scene.
What were you and Gilda talking about when I walked in?
Oh, we were just rehearsing a scene. Nothing to worry about.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, as you probably know, I'm an actor. I don't like to brag about it, but my last picture, The Fighting Furies, it topped the box office.
Maybe later.
Okay. Just let me know how I can help.
Got it. Nice. Are these plastic? Why would he have plastic skulls? Got it. Yes.
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely stalled. Once the premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker, and Vault-Tec won't pay out of pocket to continue construction. I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances, but he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
Sounds like Ezra was embezzling from his investors. This isn't blood. It's red paint. Nice. A baseball bat? What is this doing here?
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found the murder weapon.
Oh no. That's the bat from Mr. McKinney's movie. You don't think he could be involved, do you? I can't imagine him ever doing such a thing. Was there anything else?
That's not blood around the body. It's red paint.
Mr. Santiago would definitely have red paint, but surely he wouldn't have... Would he? This is just terrible, Detective. Was there anything else?
Never mind.
I'll be here, should you need me.
Over 200 years of life and
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty?
Juliana, hello again. Did you need something?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Oh, well, that's not really my field of expertise, but I'm sure there are probably some clues at the crime scene. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Never mind.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then.
Oh, of course. Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
I found some evidence that Ezra was embezzling from you and the other investors.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface matrix, and I'm sure I can clear that.
No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Not this again. Last month you were convinced you had the measles.
You're not a doctor. What would you even know about it? Besides, I think it may be malaria.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics isn't an actual medical degree.
Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit.
Well. If it isn't the long arm of the law. Tell me, are you a devotee of the arts? Does that cruel muse call you to her entrapping bosom?
Art is life. Without it, we are no different than animals.
Perhaps. If all we are is a sentience floating in a suit of flesh, or metal, I suppose, then art is the only true communion with the world. Come with me. Tell me, what does this piece say to you?
I don't know. It looks kind of like a face. That spot is the eye. The red blotch is its hair, and it's sticking its tongue out.
Indeed. This was the last piece I did in a series of portraits of Gilda. Number 1378. Her emotional landscape is superimposed on the portrait. The reality of the subject is distorted as the ego attempts to project itself. This way. Tell me, what does this one say to you?
It's the war. Bombs from every direction, no up or down, the world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return. All art must therefore be constantly reborn through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation. We must ascend. And what about this one? And please be honest, for art without honesty is just politics.
This is bullshit. You're talking out your ass and wasting my time.
Got it in one. Truth be told, this is my best-selling piece. I did this series under a pseudonym, of course. This series has made more money than any of my serious works. And I did the whole thing as a lark. What does that tell you about the value of art to the common man, huh? Ah, my fellow connoisseur of the art. Here to see my latest work?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own excrement. She and Ezra had a rather dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
What were Juliana and Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
I found red paint at the crime scene. Know anything about that?
No, actually. Ezra borrowed my last gun. Now I can't find it.
I think you should explain why you keep returning to the crime scene.
It's for inspiration, detective. The others do not like to think about it, but even we shall die someday. Like Prometheus's torch, it kindles within me the fire to create as much art as I can with the time that I have.
It sounds like you've done a lot of paintings of Gilda. Why her?
Our Gilda is a very singular creature, detective. Do you not see the joie de vivre within her? I have never met another who clings to life so tenaciously, who lives so in the moment. I must admit I was quite smitten with her for a time.
You're still in love with Gilda, aren't you?
So what if I am? What business is it of yours? She deserves someone who truly understands her ephemeral beauty, not a brute actor.
Maybe later.
Good. I hope my paintings are able to open your mind to new possibilities.
Hello again, Detective. Here for my acting stories, I assume.
I must say, you're quite the actress.
What can I say? It just comes naturally. Care to hear some of my stories, Detective?
All right.
Did you know they were thinking of making a TV show of the Silver Shroud? Between you and me, Keith's agent had an inside track to get him the role. Did you need something else?
Apparently, Juliana had a big argument with Ezra a few days before he died. Did you happen to overhear any of the conversation?
Oh, yes. I haven't seen a woman go off like that since Teresa Dubois fired her costume designer. But to get back to your question, It was fever pitch, Detective. She had apparently gone to the Overseer's office to check on the state of things and found it in horrible disrepair. But, and this is where it gets interesting, it sounded like she found something that really set her off. Couldn't hear what, though. Did you need something else?
I found Keith's baseball bat at the scene of the murder. Any thoughts on how it got there?
I don't know, Detective. I can't really imagine Keith killing Ezra. Did you need something else?
I've gotten the impression you've had an affair with Santiago.
Look, I love Keith, I do. But sometimes he just can't give me the attention I need. A girl gets lonely, Detective. It only lasted a few dozen years. The man's a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Well, it is a bit strange how obsessed Santiago has been with the murder. I mean, he's always been a bit obsessive, though. He did a whole series of paintings of me, hundreds. Said I was his muse. It was flattering for a while, but the man is a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
Never mind.
I'll be around, languishing from your inattention. Hey there, Tiger. Here for... Hey there, Tiger. Here for more stories about my acting career, or something else?
Have you ever done radio? Your voice is quite enchanting.
Well, darling, play your cards right, and maybe I'll whisper some sweet nothings in your ear. Surely you must be here for my salacious stories of the silver screen.
I must say, I've known flesh and blood girls who aren't half the woman you are.
Keep it up, Tiger, and we'll find out if you can handle how much woman I am. Care to hear some of my stories, Detective?
Why don't we grab a bottle of wine and go watch the sunset?
Sounds good, Detective. That was great, Detective, but we probably shouldn't make a habit of this. Catch you later, Tiger.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
I found your baseball bat at the crime scene. Care to explain how it got there?
Someone is clearly trying to frame me for the murder. It's probably Santiago. You saw him skulking around the crime scene.
Never mind.
Okay. Just let me know how I can help.
fellow connoisseur of the art. Here to see my latest work.
Never mind.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
I heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
I think you're the real murderer.
That's just silly, Detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker?
Ezra was embezzling your money. That's why you killed him and framed Keith.
You were so close, Detective.
It's a shame. I thought I could keep the ruse going a little longer. Oh, well. Had to end eventually, I suppose. This doesn't have to end in more violence, Detective. Just walk away. I'll leave, and you can tell them I escaped.
Ezra? You're alive.
Well, congratulations on catching up, Detective. Yes, I've been masquerading as Juliana for some time now.
What's it going to be, Detective? Join me in getting rich? Or die defending some outdated ideals?
If I'm gonna let you go, I want a cut of what you've stolen.
Ah, so it's like that, eh? Fine. I'll grease your palm a bit, Detective. Now, am I free to go?
Why did you kill Juliana?
I hadn't planned on it, but Juliana figured out what I was doing and had to be dealt with swiftly. I thought I could get a bit more money out of this place before making my escape.
Well, how is this going to go down?
Not a chance. Your murder spree stops here.
Then let us end this.
I found the killer.
It was Ezra. He killed Juliana and took her place to hide his tracks.
My word! I never thought Mr. Parker was capable of something like this. What happened when you confronted him?
He attacked me, but it's over now. Your residents are safe.
Here you are, Detective. Payment for your services and a bonus for uncovering such a heinous plot. I don't think we could have done it without you.
Someone there?
Mariner.
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
Here are your tools.
A fair bit of luck running into you. Here's your reward. Well earned. And now to work on the hull.
Guns, guns, and more guns.
Need it?
You are
Paint
a
shop's
curious
got
specimen. Despite our friendly town doing its best to chase you out, you keep helping us ingrates all the same. I got to ask, why do you keep at it?
You're good people in some dire straits. Figured you could use a hand.
Huh? You running for office? Well, if that's the truth, we don't deserve you. Most folk here are set in their ways, yes? It makes no difference how hard you try to get in good with them. Heck, it took my family 3 generations before the Daltons would sell us a heel of bread. But there's a way. A downright insane way, mind you, that you can turn even the most stubborn fool around.
I'd love to change their opinion of me.
Do it right, and all mainlanders might get treated better. In olden times, leaders were chosen by something called the Captain's Dance. Legends say the toughest, meanest, and outright craziest hopefuls would chum the waters and lure out the worst the island could throw at them. Once the would-be captain killed the Mirelurk Queen, or Fog Crawler, or what have you, they'd invite the whole island to feast off the bounty. You do this, well, you won't be made captain, but you'll earn respect. Everyone's respect.
I'm ready to become a legend then.
You what? You crack me up. There's an old Mirelurk feasting grounds by Emmett's Causeway, a treacherous stretch along the coast. Go there and throw any kind of meat you got into the water. All that blood and viscera will be sure to attract attention. And then wait. I'll make sure there's a witness or two. Prove to the rest of these clods you belong.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Fresh shipment in. All your medical and food needs.
With ordnance like that, no wonder you wiped out those crabs.
You ask anyone in Far Harbor, they'll tell you Grandpa George was everybody's favorite.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
Wonderful. That's another chapter successfully concluded. You truly are the heroic Avenger I hoped you were. With that fog crawler gone, we can send some folks up there to get the place ready for you. That's right. The farm is yours. Your own little piece of the island. It'll take work to get it up and running again, but you'll have help. And here's another 200 caps in gratitude for your service to the great Dalton lineage.
Surely a heroic Avenger deserves more than 200 caps.
I can agree to that. Here's another 100 caps. Now, I don't have to tell you that the bonds of blood and family are strong. As strong as any a person can know. But if you ask me, the strongest among them is the bond that exists between two married people. That's why the last part of this tale is the hardest one for me to tell.
I take it this is the next chapter of the story.
It's the final chapter, in fact. My late husband, Daniel, was the best fisherman this island ever saw. He and his crew had a favorite fishing spot out by Brooks Head Lighthouse. One day, a day I'll never forget. I see Danny's boat pulling up with his crewmen all shouting and carrying on. Turns out some trappers moved into the lighthouse. No doubt because the island told them to. They're all crazier than a bag of mole rats. Their leader was having a little target practice. Shot Danny right between the eyes. Killed him, just like that. You go and get that son of a bitch. You make him pay for doing the island's bidding.
How do I get to the Brooks Head Lighthouse?
It's southwest of town, not far from the quarry.
I'll make that trapper pay.
All right, then. Remember, trappers may be half crazy from the fog, but they still know how to use a gun.
Then we live another day.
What kind of person just shoots a man for sport? All those trappers can burn in hell.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
If you ain't armed, you ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
The children of Adam are trying to kill us all.
If it
Drive
ain't
us
one
into
of
the
my
ocean.
favorite customers. What can I do you for?
Some other time?
Fine. We doing business?
What's your problem with the children of Adam?
We should have gunned those bastards down the moment they set foot here. Instead, we let them in, strong enough to push us all out of our homes.
You have any proof that they've...
Proof? Look, my daddy's... Right. Now every day it gets stronger.
Show me what you got.
You got it.
Talk with Alan. I don't have time for you.
Sandra.
Mariner says the fog's alive. Can hear you. So mind what you say. Mainlanders are the source of all our problems. Every single one of them.
Food. Stim packs. Fully stocked.
Don't let the island catch you off guard. Buy my guns.
Food in front, dock in back. The bait shop.
Need general supplies? Visit the bait shop.
Stay clear of the quarry. Loads of trappers.
I could use time. Alone. Don't talk to Bertha. She's crazy.
opens with a key. Can't pick this.
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Few would brave the kind of journey you've had for the sake of someone else. Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed, and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
She's human, and she has a family waiting for her.
But imagine what it means if you're wrong. If Kasumi is a synth, then she doesn't have a family. She never had one. Think about how she must feel. None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie, that someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else. One more question, if you'll indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure? I don't mean to question you, but what's the first memory you have?
You're treading on very personal territory. Back off.
Okay. You're not ready to have this conversation. Whatever you believe, we will accept you for who you are. Synth or human.
I'm not a synth. End of discussion.
I understand. I won't pry any further. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase. Kasumi is usually working down below, whenever you wish to see her. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before you go?
So, everyone here in Acadia is a synth?
Yes. Either they were escapees we managed to find before the Institute could, or they were victims of a mind wipe, and we revealed the truth to them. You're from the Commonwealth, like Kasumi, yes? I'm sure you've had your own experiences with my kind.
I've been impressed with the synths I've come across.
That's good to hear. I hope your opinion of us only continues to get better. Now, was there anything else?
Who are you? What's your story?
I came to this island over a century ago, hiding from my creators, the Institute. But after my escape felt secured, I was left with nothing. No programmed task. No false memories. I spent a year just sitting in a cave. Just sitting. One day, it finally occurred that maybe I could decide for myself what to do, who I was. I've been doing that ever since. Was there anything else?
Tell me more about this place, Acadia.
All I want is to bring as many synths here as I can, and give them a chance to know what they really are, to embrace it. Beyond that, we just want to live in peace. I don't have any grand plans for expansion. Just existing as we are now is enough. Was there anything else?
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
You track Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
I wanted to see for myself that she's safe.
You have my word. Acadia is a safe haven for synths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it. Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what. Understand?
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after. I know the Institute's tactics, and use that to my advantage. You have Dima's blessing, so by all means, make yourself comfortable.
So, what's your story?
I used to work for the Institute, returning synths that had escaped. I was tracking a synth and instead found Dima. He convinced me of the truth, and the error of my ways. Did you need something?
I'd like to help you all. Is there anything I can do?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about contributing, well, we've got a situation I need someone to look into. You've had some experience traveling around the island, so you may be decently equipped to handle it.
What's the problem?
We were expecting a new synth to arrive, and he should have been here by now. There's been no sign of him, and I'm concerned that he might have become lost on the way here.
You have any leads on where he might be?
You should start by talking to Brooks in Far Harbor. He's one of us, a synth. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started on the journey here. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without proof that you're working for me. If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is L792. That should convince him. That's as much help as I can give you for now. Please, hurry. If that synth is out there alone, he won't last long.
So, you've talked to Dima. You know why we're here. I certainly hope that you'll consider helping us. Dima's vision is worth fighting for.
So, you're a synth?
I am. I hope that's not a problem for you. Dima has worked hard to create a place for us where we can be safe from those who don't accept us. He's put so much of himself into this, all his time and energy devoted to helping others. He never stops to think of himself. Sometimes I worry about, well, if I wasn't here to make sure his equipment is all functional. And that's not even mentioning maintaining the fog condensers. So many things to keep track of.
You do all this work yourself?
Mostly, yes. I get help from the others when I can, but no one else really understands Dima the way I do.
If there's anything I can do to help out, just let me know.
Well, if you're determined to help, there is something you could do. It's likely somewhat dangerous, though, so I understand if you'd rather not. There's a boat along the coast of the island. It was transporting some hardware we needed. Storage drives. The boat never finished the trip, you see, so the drives are still out there. I could really use them here for extra parts, if nothing else. My understanding is that the boat wrecked southwest of here, so does this sound like something you could handle?
What happened to the boat? Why didn't it make it?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Trappers, fog crawlers, there's no end to what's out there, and what might still be out there. The point is that we already lost someone once, and I don't want to see that happen again. So, are you up for it?
Sure thing, Faraday. I'll get the drives for you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.